Okay, welcome everybody to the Trading Success Blueprint together with Justin Khoo, who will be sharing with you how to navigate virtually any market with trend analysis and price action. But not only that, Justin will be sharing with you how is it that professional fund managers structure out their teams, for those of you who may be interested in potentially starting your own funds as well. And you will also be exposed to what are the fund managers out there doing, together with their algorithmic trading. For those of you who joined us just slightly earlier, like 15 minutes ago, you all managed to get a sneak peek into the world of algorithmic trading. What does it really take to be able to translate your own trading systems, trading plans into algorithmic trading, right? With the help of AI, machine learning, and many, many more. And one of the secrets is that whoever's working on your systems, they need to have a strong heart, other than being really, really smart as well. Okay, so welcome everybody. Do switch on your cameras if you're joining us live right now. I know that we have a couple of friends that literally was invited from yesterday night. Well, actually in the AM this morning, 12 a.m., 1 a.m. We were at an event over here in KL, and then we're like, hey, why not hop on? So welcome. Thank you very much for making it nice and early, even though you had a late night for you. Okay, so do share within the chat, where are you joining us from? And as you can tell over here within iSummit, we do have an international community. For me, I'm joining all the way from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And do share within the chat, where are you joining us from? And again, if you're here joining us live right now, please kindly switch on your cameras so that Justin doesn't need to speak to a wall of darkness. All right. Okay, so would really, really appreciate it if you switch on your cameras if you're here together with us. Okay. So yeah, and one of the things you will notice is that when it comes to our training sessions, we like to keep it interactive. Okay? And the reason why we like to keep it interactive is because we don't want this to be a one-way training. Okay, we don't want this to be a one-way training. We want you to be able to interact, share the questions, or whatever questions that you may have that's relevant within the context of trading, fund management, and even investing in other fund managers as well, right? So feel free to ask, if you're here live in this session right now, while you have the opportunity to interact with Justin directly. I see Kevin Gabriel is joining us from down under, from Australia. Right, good to see you, Kevin. No camera, no worries. Okay, and for those of you who don't know, Kevin is also a Malaysian, but he's settled down in Australia together with his wife Michelle, right, for a couple of decades already. Okay, and then for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Ching Yu Tan, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and the co-founder of iSummit. And basically, I've been in the training and seminar industry since 2012. So during my time, I've seen a lot of so-called trading gurus come and go. All right, and when you are in this industry, there are plenty and plenty of them, and there's a lot of noise in the market. And the question is, how can you tell, who is the legitimate ones versus the not so legitimate ones? So fortunately for me, I do have a background when it comes to economics and finance, and then also I am involved in the trading world. So when it comes to due diligence, we know how to do our due diligence. And the good thing is with Justin, I've known Justin probably about 7 years or more already, and then I've seen him personally, growing his impact, not only as a trader but as an educator as well, right? And there's no one quite quite like Justin in the market, I dare say, right? Because when it comes to sharing his knowledge and his insights, he's really really generous with it, especially when you're here able to join us live. So take the opportunity to ask your questions. But at the end of the day, trading aside, Justin is someone who's really someone with a big heart, right? He uh, with his background as a professional trader, professional financial market analyst, with his skills, he's during the toughest times during the lockdown, he actually runs a dojo, right? A judo dojo, and single-handedly he managed to keep the dojo running, and together with the team over there, even though the dojo was shut down, he was still funding them with his trading profits, right? So when it comes to trading, it's not so much of just making the money. Okay, the question is, what will you do with the money? Okay, because at the end of the day, yeah, money is great, right? And in our digital world right now, money is literally just a number, right? In the virtual world, we are not even really seeing cash nowadays. So my question to you is, share within the chat, when it comes to growing your wealth and building your wealth, what would you like to do with that money? What would you invest it in? What would you spend on? And it may be charities as well, right? And talking about charities, Justin is also very big into charities, right? He is also a family man. When it comes to both his daughters, their education, fully funded by his trading as well, right? And then he shared with me behind the scenes, is like, yeah, when my daughter wanted to pivot in terms of, I believe it was, she wanted to study, I don't know, or go overseas or something like that. It was just like, okay, I have to hunker down for the next month or so, and really work hard when it comes to trading, and he made that happen. So if you're able to really master the skills of trading, this is possible for you. You unlock a new world of possibilities when it comes to serving the communities that you love and believe in, right? Donating to the charities that you care about. And I believe most importantly is also to be able to take care of your family as well. And with Justin, he is someone who's been there, done that, continues doing it, and so continues sharing his insights on how you can do it too. So so if you're ready to learn, in today's session, type in "ready" into the chat if you're ready. Okay, and again, if you're here joining us live right now, please switch on your cameras, so that you are able to see you, and then it's an exchange of energy. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Kevin. What about the rest of you? How about you, Adi? How about you, Vivi? How about you, CT? How about you, Peter, Jason, Kai, and SH as well? Okay, great. I see Radies coming in from Vivi as well. So we are a very intimate group. So so strap in, ask whatever questions, interact together with Justin, and get ready, get your pens and papers ready. Make sure you jot down whatever information that Justin has to share, because again, today he'll be sharing with you how you can virtually navigate any market with a trend analysis and price action, with Justin's experience in actual banks, being able to see how the banks actually perform behind the scenes, right? And then how in Malaysia we like to say they pakat together, right? Yeah. So when you hear about insider tradings, the big banks and all that, yeah, that happens. And Justin has a very intimate insight into that, and how is it that you can spot it potentially within the charts as well. Okay, so make sure you have your note-taking devices ready. And without further ado, let's give a warm round of applause and welcome to Justin Khoo.
Hey everybody, Justin, good morning. Thank you very much, Jing for you've been too kind with your words. I'm just a normal person. Well, okay, so let's kickstart. Okay, this sharing today. Love to have you all here. Thank you. Just give me a second from okay, then I will let me share my screen. Right. Can you all see my screen? Nice. Okay, let's kickstart. Now, usually before I start my sharing, right, I would like to do, I usually like to do a very simple survey. Okay, so can I do a survey, everybody? If I would just want to see, I need to get more people involved inside here because from this survey, I will have a better idea on the level of where you are in terms of trading understanding. Okay, it's a very simple survey. Okay, are you all ready for the survey? If you're ready, just type ready. I just want to see how many you are ready already over here. Nice. Okay, yeah, this new. Okay, so great. Okay, now this survey is very simple now. How many of you have traded Forex before? If you have traded Forex, just type one. Will do. I just want to know if you have traded Forex before. Just type one. If not, no Forex traders here so far. Okay, only one. Only two. The rest haven't done Forex before. Okay. What about commodities? You've traded gold, silver, or oil, or whatever. What are commodities? If you have traded, type one. If not traded before, zero. Type zero. So at least we know. So now you have an option to type. So I know everybody will be ready. I'm Forex support now. Okay, no problem. No problem. Press zero. Okay. Next one. What about US stocks or US index? One for yes, zero for none. Have none traded it before. So we have a bigger group of US stocks traders over here. Okay. Then you have traded stocks before. What about cryptocurrencies? Now the hottest thing in the market. Everybody's talking about it. Put on YouTube, you put on that's 100%. One for yes, zero for none. Okay, now we have it's okay. Still, there's still a balance over here. A balance, okay. What about the rest? Some are very quiet. Some are very quiet over here. Yeah. Okay. Next one. US options. What about US options? One for yes, zero for none. None. Okay. So there's only one options trader over here. Okay. Now this one. What about this then? And this we have to be honest. Yeah. No trading experience. How many? One for yes. Zero for yeah, you have not you know if you have no trading experience, type one. If you local equities are they Kevin, you doing local equities, I assume is the Australia must be doing well. During the in February hit all-time high. Okay, now as a trader or an investor, we must be ready for all kinds of situations. Okay, so I need you all to be honest with this next question I have over here. Okay, so you have to type one for one for yes, zero for no. Now, how many of you will not answer no matter what question I ask? Because I'm seeing a few of you already that I'm trying to cover. Now, this is just a joke. Now, the reason why I want to do this is, in the trading world, right? All learning for that matter. if you don't ask questions, you don't know whether what you know is the right thing or not. Especially in trading, where there's so many possibilities, and there's so many ways to trade and to invest in the market. There's just no one way. That's why earlier on I was talking to Ching Yu, and we were looking into ways, because it's still very new when we talk about artificial intelligence programming and all these kind of things in this part of the world is still very new. In not only that, in the whole wide world, it's still very new. It just started boom. Yes, people have done it earlier on, but this is just the beginning of that tech age, also in trading as well. So that's why I want to everybody to understand this, and most important is to always ask questions. So as I go through this sharing today, there will be certain topics which is very hands-on. I'm a very hands-on person, and you get to see how price action is being used live. I don't like to work on just concepts. I will tell you a theory, and then we look at the charts and you see it happening real life. Okay, we're going to do that because I believe via this kind of practice that you get to learn price action and trading at a faster rate. Okay, so that's the reason why I said, everyone, if you have questions, you have to ask. So throughout the sharing, right, if you have any question, just type it in the chat, right? And if I don't answer you immediately, there will be a time where I will come to the Q&A part of it, and then I will answer your questions. Okay, but I find that if I need to address that question immediately, I will do it. Okay, so everyone, are you all ready? Are you all ready? Yeah, one's ready, the rest are not. So maybe if we don't get a lot of people saying ready, then maybe not ready, then the rest for today. Nah, just joke. Now, so before I continue with sharing, is it okay I share a bit about myself so you can understand where my trading experience come from? Okay. So now in 2001, I graduated from the University of London. I have an IT background and management. Now, I could say that at the final year of my uni, then I realized one thing is that, I want to do something different, not just IT. And when you're young, all you think is that I want to make money, I want to make money fast, this kind of thoughts, right? Uh, at least that were my thoughts at the beginning. And I had a very deep thought into this, is that, how am I going to do this in the IT world? Or can I achieve it faster at a different place? So I thought and thought, and this was in my mind. If you want to make money, you have to do something which deals with managing money every day. That was my conclusion at that point of time. And I looked into various areas, what kind of business or what kind of sector that is looking money, dealing with money all the time. And obviously it's the finance sector and in the banks. And I looked into various areas until I found this article from Bloomberg magazine, and it got me really, really interested. It says more millionaires have been created from the stock market than from any other source. And I was like, wow, okay, maybe this is the answer, right? And I jumped into this straight away. At my final year, I was starting reading about articles about stock trading, stock investing, whatever you try to have, and even books. I wonder, have you heard of the book Market Wizards? Yeah, I also read about it, and I got very, very interested. So after graduating, I started working, but I never gave up the thought of being a stock trader, right? And after about a year after graduating, I started trading Malaysian stocks, and from there, later on, I learned US stock options, and then assisted the company, to train people how to train US stock options. It's a Singapore company with an American trainer, and I was the like an assistant trainer. So when the chief trainer returns back to the US, I'll help them do the things, right? And guess what? In this first three areas, I don't know how to put it, because every time I think about it, it's like, wow, what a journey. Um, you know, during this whole period of time, if you name all those trainers and all those what do you call all the seminars that's available in Southeast Asia for that matter, basically I think I attended almost every single one about it, attended because I really wanted to do well in this particular field. But unfortunately, the trainers were good, really, really good, right? And I love them. I believe in their passion, their sharing, their knowledge. But it's just that I don't have that particular skill set, to apply whatever they taught, because when the market changes, I do not have that skill set to say, okay, this strategy is not suitable for this market. And then what should I do next? I have no idea. So it's always constantly jumping to the next course, to the next course, to the next course, and in trying to get that holy grail in trading, right? So it came to the point where I felt that it was really tough for me. I didn't blame the teachers. It's solely on me, because if for me at that point of time, I said if the problem lies in me, then I can solve it. If I start blaming, I'll be putting and said that problem is that person don't know how to teach, but that cannot be solved. The only thing that can be solved is our own problems, right? So I started looking inside. I said maybe the education world is not suitable for me. And that's where I applied to be an analyst, a junior analyst at a boutique fund house based in Hong Kong. Okay. And that's how I kickstart my career. And it was no fun at this point of time. I blew my account. I funded account big time, and I blew my account three times. Three times. Now here I am as a trainer, and I still blow my account. You know how does that feel? It's really, really bad. Not nice. People look up at you and you are thinking like, huh. Yeah, but I have to be honest over here. Okay, honest. When you're honest with yourself, that's where you start building a better you. Okay, I blew my account three times. So it came to a point I said I had to stop being a trainer, because if I can't do it, then I shouldn't be guiding people. As simple as that. As really as simple as that. I think that is a very, very important thing. Standing up, people asking you for tips, and you'll be telling them, dun. Nah, it's no fun being fake. Okay. So I just wanted to be honest. That's why I went to the real world, and there my real lesson began in the trading world, because the first thing I learned is about this market being manipulated, and it's manipulated to the core. Everybody, it's just really crazy, and you have to understand how the funds, those people with money, how they think. From there, then you can have a better idea how to deal with the market. Because if you don't understand how they think, how you going to do it? Because they are the ones, those people with the deep pockets, those are the people that actually move the market, not us retailers, right? I consider all of us as retailers, right? So that is very, very important, because part of my job on a daily basis is to deal with, for my particular fund house, I dealt with the ODL Bank. It's been bought over in the city of London, right? And the guy, his name is Bashir. I think he's also resigned already. Yeah. So what happened is that on a daily basis, I will speak to Bashir, or my boss will speak to it. I'll be part of the call, and Bashir is able to tell us, right, at what point, of time, who did this, who did what, and how much money was involved inside there. And there's one particular day, all right, it was so crazy. My usual routine is, in the mornings I'll call Bashir, and that his part of the world is still quite early in the day because it's forex early, but it was during the Asian market. And Bashir, that particular day, right, Bashir was saying that, hey, guys, don't ask too much at this current moment. Just remember, if you all have positions in the euro dollar, right? I said, yeah, just remove the stop losses. You're in the buy position, remove the stop losses. Something's gonna happen. And I asked what time is it at, about I think that time is about 10:45 a.m. and alert your bosses and alert all your traders. And we were like, okay, 10. So the stop losses were removed. Just give you an idea. Do you all know what's the meaning of a stop loss? If you know, just type yes, 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 yes. So if you don't know, I can explain. And the rest? Or rest have no idea, no answer yet. Okay, basically, since there are only three yeses, right? It's better explained. Stop loss is an area where a trader says that I will call it quits, and I'll take a loss at that level. So this was the stop loss. We were in a position to buy. We were in the euro dollar. Okay, EUR, and then you have the USD. Excuse me for my mouse writing, okay? It don't look good. So this was our stop loss, right? And this was where the position of the price at that time. And at that point of time, when they released the news, right, we removed the stop loss. And there wasn't any news, nothing. At 10:45, there was this move in the market. It came down like this. And then 5-10 minutes later, it was back up again. This is a term in our trading world we call wash and rinse. We are these people with deep pockets, they are washing people out of the market, clearing everybody, and then moving it back to the normal position. And they took this move because there was assistance where there was a failed business negotiation, and there was a huge transfer of money out back into changed it into the US dollars, and then later on back into the euro again. And also that, and because of this failed business negotiation, that transfer happened like that. It was in the US dollars like this, and they helped that US dollars push it down to the stop loss, cleared everybody out. So imagine this: if that we have held on to a stop loss, we were at losses, and next thing you know, in a couple of hours later, we were in profit. And you go like, what? Now, how many of you have this experience before? You put a stop loss here, and then you get taken out only to know a couple minutes later, a few hours later, if it didn't take you out, that was the lowest point, and then the market went up to go higher and higher and higher. It happens in stocks, it happens everywhere. How many of you have this experience? As you remember about honesty, right? So three. Oh, now we're having Caroline here in. Nice. So only three of you. The rest are very lucky people. Not bad. So three of you, Yu, Kevin, and Caroline, you are the unlucky ones. There's four. The rest are still lucky. What, you don't want to know why? You want to know why? Let me share with you. Because a lot of you all, majority, learn your trading from YouTube, from extremely famous gurus, from very famous books and stuff like that. So all of you tend to think the same way. And when you think the same way, you tend to put stop losses roughly around the same area. So if let's say, right, to move the market, the stop losses, to hit your stop losses, it takes let's say 1 billion. Okay, when they clear the stop losses, they make about 5 billion. Do you think these big boys, they're going to spend their 1 billion to do that? Of course, because look at the profits they're going to make. And they don't do it alone. They do it in a group. They will call each other. You have this, you have stop loss in all these areas. They can see that. And then, yeah, let's do this. And that's how you get clean. That's why they call washing the whole thing and rinse everybody out. No money left inside there, and they are the one making their profits. And sometimes there will also be this situation where this is usually the middle funds, right? Let's say this is the lowest point in the market, and then there were a lot of sellers in, and then there were a lot of funds still selling in. Even banks also, they're still selling it. And suddenly you have a very strong buy in the market. And all these funds, you realize, wow, okay, a central bank came in. A central bank, okay? A central bank just came in and said they are wrong. They understand they're wrong. This is the direction of the market. So all these funds, or the hedge funds, or the small, what I call the smaller funds, they will start buying right now. They will start buying. And that will carry the market right over here, up here, and that's where it starts coming down, and they will start taking their profits. These funds will start taking their profits, right? And when this, but they still have sell positions right here, right? They still have sell positions here, because as it goes up, they start selling until they realize, oh, I'm wrong. It's going up right now. A central bank just did something because they got news. So these are all the sell positions. So they take profit over here, and they will force the market. They won't come in to buy until the price comes down to square off all the sells. And that's why sometimes you put stop losses in these areas, certain areas you are just putting yourself to be stopped out before it goes up, because they're squaring off to clear their earlier sell positions right here. And that's what's happening in the market also. So that's why you really need to know, when you trade, you really need to know how they think. And one of the key things, how they think, is that when I was working there, right? My colleagues who were very long in the market said, if you want to understand how the market operates, you need to speak the language of traders. And that is the wave language, because 75% of the traders out there, we're referring to the banks, not the retailers, they know wave trading. And I'm going to share with you today the early stages of wave trading, because it's a very complex subject. Okay, so I'm going to start with something very, very basic, but not basic to the point that said, I know, it's different. You have to really understand this. Maybe you know it, but you haven't internalized it. Because in the early days, I thought, oh, it's just like that. Oh, a trend is just like that. But if you really don't understand what you're doing, what the trend is, then you're going to miss out a lot. Okay, Ken? So this is, oops, too fast. What I'm going to share with you today, okay? We're going to do an introduction to price analysis, and I'm going to do a price action training. Okay, that's where I need your cameras to be on just for a short while. And then this is very hands-on. We'll be looking at the charts. I'll be sharing you a concept, and then we look at the charts and see it happening in front of your eyes. Then we're going to deal with trends to reinforce your understanding of trends if you have. And those that don't know what the trend is, this is a very important subject, because that will be the base, the foundation for you in understanding wave trading. Okay. Then I'm going to explain to you the team structure at the funds, how they work, so you can build your own teams. And remember this is a very, very important thing. Now, I believe all of you want to make money in trading, yes? Everyone? Yes or no? You want to make money in trading? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Now, you know what's the key behind making money in trading? You have to treat trading as a business. How you approach your business, how you plan your business, how you time manage it, that is very, very important. Okay, so if you don't treat it as a business, you won't get a business income. Okay. I don't think you even can get a part-time income if you don't treat it as a business. But no one thing is that, remember just now Ching Yu told you during COVID we had lockdown in Malaysia. I think it's one of those few countries that we had lockdown that lasts for 9 months. It's no fun. It is fun for people who are working, they get paid, but at certain points of time, the companies that were not strong, a lot of people got laid off also it was no fun. And the only people that were doing well that were in the trading industry, because that was the time when no one could do anything. Everybody had lots of time to do trading and trying open trading accounts at that period. They had 2 months waiting list, to open accounts. There were so many people wanting to open accounts. And why they want to do it? Because it's a business that is recession proof. And that's why people want to focus on it. Okay, that's why we are introducing that to you today. So I'm going to introduce you an entry method based on the reports that you're going to receive, how do you prolong trades, and how you're going to set alarm on your MT4. Because you need to know when your trades are going to trigger, and possibly so you can sit down there and then wait for the trades to happen. Okay. So that's how we're going to do. So the first part today is introduction to price analysis, right? So now I need your participation because that's going to make you understand what we're going to do today. What do you see? What do you see, everyone? Here. You can be creative in your answers, no problem. Chaos, colors. Come on, I need more. Just hold on while I bring. If you say that is your chart, good, good. I like this answer, my chart. Well, then you belong to one of the guys. Uh, you belong to one of the guys that I met. Not I didn't meet. I heard of actually when I went to trading world, and then he had so many things drawn on his chart. He said like this is it's a work of art. Like yeah, Arthur, yes, a work of art. Caroline, what you say is that it's a work of art. Well, a lot of no, don't try to look too much into it. Seriously. You know what? I see this because I was like that in the early days. It is indicators. People like to use a lot of indicators in the charts, right? Add clarity to your chart analysis. And what do you see at the end of the day? I don't know. I don't see anything. And I'm in awe. And Caroline, I want you to maybe you can share with me how you see the faces and realms inside there. Uh, I want to put this out because one thing is that I think putting indicators right in the early part of your trading career can be counterintuitive, right? Because it's not to say we cannot use indicators, but indicators are only clear when you're clear with what you are doing. So I want to be able to if you want to share with you something, it must be something that if you don't have these indicators and you still can react to the market, I don't want you to, because of the indicators not there, you don't know what to do next. I always see faces everywhere. Nice one. Yeah, because that's the way I felt, for a beginner, they should really, really learn. So, I think it's good to remove charts away and so that you can understand prices really, really well. Okay. And in the trading world, there are two types of traders. One are long-term traders and one are short-term traders. And you also need to understand what moves the market, uh, all these kind of things. And just to share with you, this is something that you don't need to go into detail, but at least understand in general, so you won't be sucker punch by the market, because they can do that from time to time. So you really need to understand if you want to be in trading, you really need to understand the market at least. All right. Like, for example, you want to open business, right? You want to know your product, is it sellable in the first place? Can you open a new market with this particular product? So in the trading world, you need to understand what we call PESTO. That's politics, technology, environment, legal, economics, and social, right? Like political situation of a country, and what is effect on the market, how it affects the market. Like wars, we are in the midst of two wars. The Ukraine war, it's almost 2 years now. Everybody thought it's going to finish fast. And then you have the Gaza war. Hopefully it's going to end in the next month or so. Cross fingers. So these are things you need to understand, the politics of the country. And how many of you are from Malaysia? Can you type one if you're from Malaysia? Or a lot of Malaysians here. So you know what happened to the ringgit, right? We all know how wonderful the ringgit is, right? So if you um well, if you're making money from trading, you're making US dollars, you probably be smiling. But if you're not, then you'll probably be crying, and you thinking about the holidays that you want to go. It's like, wow, everything is gonna uh it's crazy, right? So the reason why that's happening is, number one, the when the politics, they're unstable, yeah, no one wants to invest in your country. As simple as that. So that's why you see every time they would try to destabilize the country by saying that they're going to change the government, they're going to change the government. Now investors like certainty. When there's uncertainty, they are not interested to come in. As simple as that. Okay, and that's what's happening. Apart from other things, small things, yeah, I don't want to touch into that. We don't have time for all those stuff. But yeah, that's what's happening in Malaysia. So what are the prevalent economic factors right now? Everybody, they're talking in all the main central banks of the main economies. What talking about slashing rates, for example. And what happens is slash rates, like in the before this, what they call, I wrote a report, right? I'm an analyst for VT Market, right? So I wrote a report saying that, just before, when the market, they have decided that that they are not going to raise rates anymore, when they're not going to raise rates anymore, focus on the banks. I gave example, like the Bank of America, like JP Morgan, focus into that, because if you look at the previous how they deal with it, because US is a debt-based economy, right? So when they start slashing rates, looking into that, that's where the bank starts to make more money, because as rates come down, people tend to borrow more, right? And that, so focus on the banks, and those whoever took advantage of it, yeah, I think easily would be a 20% return already in the banks. So this kind of things you need to really understand, right? So what's the culture affecting the markets, and what are its determinants? The culture, stuff like that. That's under social. What is the tech inventions that's trending? Nvidia, I think everybody's heard about this. So that was also part of my report. Now, future possibilities of this field. Now, AI to me it's not something like what do you call it's going to die off. It's here to stay, and it is aiding people and businesses in ways that uh, unbelievable. I mean, last time I had to, to do a lot of work, writing letters, writing proposals, writing reports, or sometimes you want to check whether you spell it correctly or not, and content and whatnot, right? Now, right now, Chat GPT is just like that. You know how to use it. It's just like your business partner, your secretary, your assistant, everything. I've been using it since from the beta version. It's just crazy. So if you understand that, you know what, how is it going to affect bring the new level of business levels that haven't been penetrated before in areas, right? So what are the current legislations? For example, these are very, very important as well, right? So right now it's about environment. If your company they don't uh, you're not following whatever the regulations, you know, your carbon footprint and so and stuff, you don't get this kind of contracts and so on. This kind of stuff, yeah, is important to know, right? And finally, what are the you know, like legislation, sorry, that's under legal and environmental concerns, all this stuff. It's important, you need to understand. And depending on what you're trading and what you're investing, really need to understand. So like in the forex world, you need to understand a lot about the politics and economics, because that will help you, you know, decide on the volatility most of the times. Stocks, then you move into the other areas to have a better understanding. Okay. So one of the easiest way when those that are trading currency, for example,